two people who can follow up a great guest like Sir Lancelot.
Who I was. Sir Lancelot came out and met me outside
Yeah, I
the
know.
parking lot, and I had to. Yeah, he was off.
Well, he's got to sign autographs. Good morning, Dale and Jerry. How are you?
We are fine. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you
Forest
guys
Festival
doing?
weekend coming up.
Yeah, what a big weekend. What exciting
it's good. There's
this
so
week,
much
getting all your guests in.
great things to talk about and experience over the full weekend. You guys are going to be judging this year.
Yeah,
huh?
we're going to judge the in-parade judging. So I guess there's a pre-parade judging.
Yep.
And then an in-parade judging. We're going to, Jerry and I are among others.
That's awesome.
And we're watching Judge Judy and Judge Matthews and all of them.
So we know how to
So we know how to judge.
That's fun. Is this the first time you guys have taken on that role through Forest
Order in the
Fest?
court, here come the judge.
Will you sit that horse down, please?
Yeah, this is the first time that we've done that.
And probably the last.
Well,
They'll only
you
ask
never
us
know,
once.
for sure.
They were
fun.
desperate.
But it'll
so
be fun, you know?
We got the 11th hour call. Yeah, we were happy to do it.
What are some of the? I mean, we've as a station been working on Forest Festival for umpteen years, and there's some highlights for sure. You got some memories of good Forest Festivals. I see pictures, still around here.
There's still pictures, and yeah, there was a donkey
Sure.
Sounds like a
with
setup to a joke.
KMAS on the side of it
Uh-huh.
in the parade
Oh
one
yeah,
year.
great.
And this is what you are if you don't listen to
A
KMAS.
donkey.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, so-
Yeah.
All right, that was one of the.
Did
fun-
you add an
Is that what it
extra
said on
S at the end of the call letters? Now that would have been something.
That would have been something.
Oh,
Never
geez,
thought
now
about
you
that.
tell him.
Oh man,
Thanks,
Well,
Jim.
there's always next year.
that's
So
a good idea.
There was a time when I would be on top of Peninsula Credit Union doing the radio parade, and that was difficult,
yes.
especially filling when the car shows. We were
Yeah.
just talking with the kids from NJRTC and all the cars that come by, and then are
Sure.
part of the car show, and then they're part of the parade. And I know very little about cars other than they have four wheels and doors. But you just have to fill the time on the radio broadcast.
That's right.
The parade going left to right on your radio dial.
High atop the PCU building.
Now the trees are in the way. You
Yeah,
can't
that's
see
right.
anything.
Yeah, we had to stop that.
They've
after a
grown
few
up,
years.
and you'd always done the PA, and now we've added into that the Facebook live stream.
Yeah.
People all
Yeah.
over the world watch that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
Yeah.
That's
check
right.
in on
75th year this year for
Can't believe it.
and Patty Tupper's the
Grand Marshal.
Yeah.
good for her, and
So-
so she gave up. That's probably why we got asked to judge because
She's got to be in the
she's always
parade.
Yeah.
judging.
Well, make sure that she
helping
gets
with the
high
parade.
honors then. when
And
you-
I've
when you check
disclosed
mark.
that there is a habitat entry, and so I'll try to.
Are you going to run out there and run down?
First place.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to be in it. But as a judge, I will recluse myself from voting.
I'm on the sound learning board, and so I said, what we should do, board, is we should have a float in the parade to kind of talk about sound learning.
Yeah.
And everybody says, that's a great idea, Jeff. And I go, I can't help. I can't be in the parade. I got to announce it.
That's
but,
right. Yeah.
hey, why don't you guys try to do that?
So are they?
Yeah, they're going to have I think the Spellabration spelling team
Oh,
winners are
really?
going to be in the,
that'd be good.
on the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
of it on the
Great.
truck. The suffragettes and gents are going to be there to celebrate their win, and that's just always a lot of fun. Parades are so great.
Yeah.
They are.
They are, and we do get a tremendously large turnout.
Yeah, literally thousands of people in town.
Especially when the weather's just
So
beautiful.
yeah. So it'll
Yeah.
be nice this weekend, and we do get thousands lining the streets of the parade route, and it's pretty exciting.
As you read some of Fredson's books
Mm-hmm.
about Shelton and the early years and whatnot, always the parades were well attended.
Sure.
Always, all of them. So that was been a big deal throughout our heritage.
There
So-
was a time when the parade went down Railroad as it did, but then turned and came up Coda right in front of the,
Oh, is
the
that right?
station
Huh.
here. It's now since on the other side,
Correct.
which is Franklin. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, my first parade, I guess you asked for memory, was in 1968.
That's right, because you're from the area.
Yeah, it's from Montesano, and so a girl that I was dating our senior year, her grandmother lived here. I can say Klinger, it's Klinger family, and so they're big in logging, and they were up at Camp Grisdale and all this stuff, and so her grandmother lived here in Shelton, so we all bailed over here to watch the Forest Festival. I had no idea.
I'm a small town
Was,
kid,
you
Montesano.
know, and I was just knocked over sideways. A big parade and all these people, and it was a big deal.
I mean, at
I
that
had no
time,
idea.
and then fast forward to years later, and you're heavily involved with all that stuff.
yeah.
Isn't that weird how that all works
Yeah,
out?
yeah, it is funny.
It must have been God's
I
plan.
didn't even know there was a radio station in Shelton, I don't think, in 1968.
Well, back then it was 1280 or whatever,
It was something.
1240, some
Yeah.
different
It was
frequency.
off at
and-
night, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
much like now.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Well, how about those Mariners?
Syncing up with the network. Jerry, what about you? Got any great memories as you've been in the community now for a while?
No, I really didn't get involved with Shelton very much until after we got the radio station in 06.
Yeah.
So, my memory is, about 10, 12 years. And no, it's just another parade, another thing to do. I remember the scrambles that we had with different setups and whatnot
Oh,
of the
yeah.
different events and making sure we had what
power.
we needed.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and then kind of the evolution of getting yourself organized so that you only made one trip over
Yeah.
versus 10 trips over. And but what is so kind of gee whizzes you is the way it's transitioned with the broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
With the technology and the information tools we have this day.
Well, doing the radio broadcast at Peninsula, I would never in a million years, because Facebook wasn't even around,
No.
really, to think that we'd be live streaming it in high definition
Yeah.
for folks across,
crazy.
we get real-time comments, people from all over the country, and then
Yeah.
by the end of the weekend, it's
Oh yeah. Everybody's
20,000, 25,000 views
Wow.
on these things. I mean,
Yeah,
it's...
people who've ever lived here or
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
you know.
And
they-
not everybody
Yeah.
can make it down.
Yeah.
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 And
Yeah.
so now you can watch it, and it's just like you're here.
Yeah.
So it'll be really exciting.
If I would think back, I came from several small towns, but Atkinson, Nebraska, and it was just like maybe 2 or 3 streets. And,
Mm-hmm.
I never remembered a parade or anything that they did there. The biggest one was in Greeley, Colorado. It was a 4th of July parade, and they really put on something there. But that's what, brings you back home, are those memories of the parades. And
Those are
things.
community things.
Oh,
that-
gosh.
that
You ain't
remember.
kidding. Well,
Yeah.
75 years, they've been doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the fact that right after the parade, the Steel men and women's, did you hear
Yes.
about that?
No.
They're bringing in a handful of ladies
Nice.
this year to get qualified. One from Olympia, one from Port Orchard, I think Mick said yesterday, but some other folks from across the country
Man,
to get ready for the championships in
that
Milwaukee.
whole thing is astounding.
Steele says it's the best one.
Yeah.
Really?
Best
Yeah.
attended, because it's a wonderful free event right in the middle of the day. The best attended, best venue for these logging shows
Yeah.
that they
That's
put
really,
on.
that's really
so that's
good.
a real
So,
feather in the
yeah,
cap
yeah.
to Forest Festival
Props
and,
to
and the
our
people that
community.
show up.
Well, Forest
part
Service
of the
is
deal.
in the blood around here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, good. Yeah, that'll be fun too. That's
then-
shortly after the parade. I'd say.
Yeah. So the parade usually wraps up about 12:30, and the logging shows at 1. Then Rockin' the Forest
Yes.
will be then the evening, and that'll be a fun one with.
And then fireworks, and it goes on
it's
and
a
on
whole,
and on.
It's a whole weekend.
And in between,
What do they
you
do?
can go to the
fireworks
carnival.
show? Yeah.
They're up by the school.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you can
okay.
see it virtually from anywhere up at Wallace Needle.
It's at Oakland Bay, 10 o'clock on Saturday night.
Okay.
And it's
If you're
always
up that
huge.
late.
Yeah.
Some may be, some
Some
may
of us
not
are
be.
in our jammies.
That'll be a good time for sure. All right, well,
So we will see, folks. We're going to be over at the fireman's breakfast
yeah.
on Saturday morning. Try to get here early and do that.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, and maybe if there's some, that with Northcliffe being closed off, and some people use that to bypass
sure.
Shelton, that's going to be kind of interesting to see what it does to the
I don't,
in and out
I don't
stuff.
think anybody's making any proclamations that it's definitely going to be easy to get around town
Right.
this weekend. So make sure you just take a deep breath and realize that it's a once weekend in a year, and
Yeah.
it's a huge thing.
Yeah,
Be patient.
it's a good thing.
And it's a
And
good
have fun.
spotlight on the community.
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, y'all. Well, we'll see you this weekend for sure for the
Thanks for that.
parade and more.
Yeah.
7